Morning, morning. How we doing? Oh my god. This like toner makes me cold. Like physically cold. Although everything is getting me cold nowadays. What the hell just happened? That was really weird. That was really weird. I've been live for 3 minutes. No one joined. For 3 minutes. 3 minutes of me looking at myself. 3 minutes of awkward silence. Who's here, Joshua? Am I talking to myself? Yes, bro. Where is everyone? Hi, Jimmy. Yeah, there we go. What the hell was that? Guys, I have some funny things to share. Wait, I'm gonna wait for more people to join actually because it's really good. I want everyone to see it. Let me do my skincare first. How we doing, chat? How we doing? I am stressed. Okay, mostly stressed about the future, stressed about the near future, the far future, just the future. There's so many different like directions my life could go in the next like couple months that it's kind of like overwhelming to me. Like I don't want to take like all this responsibility, but you have to, and it's your life, you know. And it's like options are such a blessing, but at the same time it's like when you have too many options, you almost wish that there weren't that many so you could just like stick to one thing and be fulfilled, I guess. Hi, Jenny. Like, you know, when you don't have that many options, you choose something and you're like, okay, I made a commitment. This is what I'm gonna do, period. But when you have so many options, you're like, I can dabble a little bit here, a little bit there. But if you dabble too much, then you're never gonna be like an expert in one thing, you know? So it's kind of like not good. But it's also good to dabble a little bit just to see like what you like and what you don't like. I have to do my makeup. Let's do our makeup together. Hello, Vahini. The queen of transitions. That's you. Hi, Michael Jackson shoes. I think you spelled Michael wrong. I think, if I'm not mistaken. How was your Diwali? Did I say it right now? Would you eat? I forgot to ask Joshua. blush and eyeshadow. You don't use any concealer? Also, please like the stream, guys. To me, it's like concealer is the first thing. Like, without concealer, I don't have a makeup. Unless it's summer. If it's summer, then I'll put like a little bit of blush on. And chef's kiss. My tan is like... Oh, I see. That's kind of clever. Okay. I see. I always see you wearing those pants. Those pants just came out of the winter closet. I love these pants. Are you guys fearing for my life right now? I am a lot less sore than yesterday. I can like move normally. Right now I just feel like I'm like a normal sore. You know, like if you do a hard workout, the next day you're kind of sore. That's how I feel. I can like do everything. I'm 11 years old, so I just want... Okay, then that's good. I'm invited to someone's 15th birthday. It's prom midnight masquerade theme. Ooh, that sounds nice. That sounds fun. Can I walk? Yes, I can. You have to organize your school bag. I remember when I had to organize my school bag. Good old days. I think when I stopped organizing my school bag is when life started to get serious. Let's do the makeup. We're gonna use the NARS concealer today. Today. I need to edit a YouTube video. Like, I haven't posted in so long. I have 3 videos that I recorded that I need to edit. But it's like gotten to the point where I put it off so much that now it's like... it's like a little too, like... You know when you put something off for so long and you're like, maybe I just don't want to do it. But no, we're gonna do it. I just don't know what video to post first. I think I'm, like, next week I'm gonna post 2 videos. 2 in 1 week. Next week will be your lucky week. I already used vitamin C. Hi, Riley. Your class is crazy. Why? Oh yeah, I want it all. How are you? I'm okay. I'm actually a little bit in a bad mood today. I think I'm just like overwhelmed. You know, like there's too much to do and I don't know where to start. I don't know. It's weird because like midterm season's over and I should be like chilling right now, but no. I remember when I was in high school and I went to school from like 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. I would be like, oh my God, I can't wait until I'm in college and I have my classes from like 11 to 2. Like that's literally nothing. Like I'm gonna have so much time. I'm gonna be able to do everything I want. Like that sounds like heaven. And then like somehow I have more to do. Just because in college you like, I don't know. I feel like the classes that I've enjoyed the most, at least, are the classes that where you kind of like do the most work outside of class, and then when you're in class, it's kind of like really chill. That's where I learned the most. That's where I'm like more interested because then the class like isn't that boring, you know, like the teacher isn't like yapping at you the whole time. Let's see. I'm gonna like and sub to make you happy. Oh, hi Stephanie. I'm tired of school. I know. But you're gonna look back to these days and you're gonna be like, I wish I'm still in school. That's how I feel right now. I feel like no matter what phase of life you're in, you're always like, I wish I could go back, or I wish I could push forward. Like, no one is ever happy to where they are. Like, for example, college. A lot of people are like, oh, I can't wait to graduate. High school, I can't wait to go to college. Ow. Unless, like, you know? So, like, I heard a really good quote by Ed Milet yesterday. He said, people are always telling you to be present, but it's gotten bad to the point where, like, you need to, if you're too present, then, like, what's going to happen to the future? Like, you need to be present while also planning for the future because, you know, you get what I'm saying. Lainey, don't answer, girl. All right, blush. I don't have to study. Nice. So, yeah. I feel like I have so much on my mind that I have nothing to talk about. Does that make sense? There's so many things to process. Before, I feel like I used to talk about things before processing them, and that's how I would process them. But now I feel like I kind of need to process things before talking about them. If that makes sense. Thank you, Jenny. So are you. I'm confused, Vahini. Your parents are, like, at your house? Is that what you mean? Has anyone in the chat gotten a brow lamination? I'm really thinking about it. I just, like, don't know if I want to do it. It's kind of scary to do something like to your face. Something like that. Because what if it, like, doesn't look good? Because eyebrows are basically like your whole face. You know? Yeah, you're right, Vahini. But every once in a while, I'll get some people my age. Hi. Yeah, I feel like they have thinned my eyebrows. But at the same time, it's like, they've only thinned my eyebrows twice. Maybe I should give them a chance. I think Vishy's in class. We're gonna keep it real simple with the makeup. Or maybe should we not? You're eating Asian for dinner? That's yummy. Ouch. I did not skip class yesterday. I went to both of my classes. This is better. Better aesthetic. Better aesthetic. What do you guys want to talk about? Yesterday, my lip liner lasted all day. Like, from the time I left my house to the time I went back home. So that was 4 hours. This is the Morphe. Burnt garlic tofu. I see it tasting really good, but I also see it tasting really bad, so I don't know. I think I have to like look at it to decide if it's really good. Oriental greens with roasted garlic. That sounds good. Look how pretty this lip gloss is. Isn't it? It smells good too. This is the Kiko. I think number 17. Do I go to school? Yes, I do. Almost done with my bachelor's. Don't ask me what I want to do after. I don't know. You know, I was thinking yesterday, I actually haven't journaled in so long, and I was like, why is that, Christy? And then I realized that it's because when I go live, I say a lot of things that I would actually write in my journal. Like, I use journal to like kind of like process everything, but talking about it on live is like basically doing the same thing. You need to meet Salish Matter. Tell me more. Tell me more. I've been really liking a good eyeliner moment. Wait, who is that? Oh, so I guess I said her name wrong. How pretty is this? Why keep your thoughts and feelings out in the open so others can read it and mock it? Well, obviously, I don't say everything on my mind, you know, like I keep a lot of my personal stuff personal. But I talk about things that are very like relatable for people of all ages, you know, like friendships, going to school, like future life stuff and stuff like this. And I feel like it's like because these kind of things can be personal, some people can feel like they're really lonely with their thoughts, and some people might feel like they have no one to talk to about these things, and they might feel like really lonely. I already said that. But I think like talking, like even like using the text as like, or like hearing someone like relate to something that you're going through can be like really helpful. So I hope that sometimes I'm like that person for at least someone on the internet. And people are mocking everything. So like I'm not worried about that. Like they can mock all they want. But as long as I help like one person feel less lonely or feel like their experience, like someone else is going through what they're going through, then I'm happy, you know? But I appreciate you looking out for me. Ooh, this eye is fire. Wait, my eyes are uneven now. You're not the only mod. Joshua's here. Hi, sis and slays. Wait, Sisa? Let's see. It doesn't work that way. Communication is in your face and 3D. No, not always. Not always. Sometimes, like, not even communicating. Sometimes just hearing can be very validating. You know? Or sometimes, like, you just want to, I don't know, like, I'm in my head, I'm imagining someone that's, like, really lonely that has no one to talk to. And yeah, like, I'm a psych major, and I just find, or maybe it's not even about being a psych major, maybe it's about being, like, an empath. Like, I want to be there for people even if I don't know them, you know? And this is my way of doing it. Now, if people don't like it, a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people think, you know, but I share is what I'm comfortable sharing, you know? And I always act in alignment with my values. I think that's the most important part. And yeah, like sometimes like my lives has gotten in very different ways, you know, like sometimes it's like very playful where it's like we're just talking about a bunch of nothing, and you know, and other times it gets like a little more serious. We talk about religion and future and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm like your internet friend if you want, you know. What should we do about the hair today? Should we do 2 braids or should we let it down? I don't really want to let it down. I feel like it's a little frizzy, or like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, yeah, it's frizzy. Okay, I'm really not liking the vibes in the chat today. Kind of feels like weird. Maybe I'll actually do headband. Do braids? Should I do 2 braids? Okay, I'll do braids. You liked yesterday's live? What did we do yesterday on live? I think I need to do cooking live streams more. But my grandma is back in town and she's staying with us now. So like she's doing all the cooking and she cooks so well that it's like I want to learn from her, but I won't do it on live stream, you know, like I'll use that time to actually like spend time with her. Yeah. I'm thinking about starting to train for a half Ironman. What do we think? I think that's like even more impressive than a marathon. Let me tell you why. Not because of the physical aspect, but because of how intense the training is and how intense and how time consuming it is. Ow. I think because like you gotta train riding a bike and swimming and running. And for all 3 of these things, you also need strength and flexibility. So you can't just ride a bike and swim and call it a day. You know, like you also need to lift weights. You also need to do yoga. So you're going to be working out for at least like 2 hours a day. At least like you know? And I just don't think I have that kind of time right now with what I have going on in my life. Maybe when I graduate, but then I'm like, when I graduate, am I gonna be doing my master's or am I gonna have a job? Or am I not gonna do either? What am I gonna be doing? You definitely can't go live during an Ironman. I can do anything. I was gonna go live when I was running my marathon, but my phone was dying. Very sad that I didn't do that. My phone actually died like the second I crossed the finish line. It was actually insane. What matters is that my Strava recorded it. You know? Hi, Natalie. I'm low-key eating right now with these braids. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Do you guys think that part of like developing as an adult and like learning more about your independence, do you think an important part of it is like living by yourself? Or does that not really matter? That's an argument that I've been thinking about quite a lot. I'm like, I don't know, I feel like I would be perfectly developed living with my parents until I get married and then living with my husband. But then another part of me is like, there's some things that I need to like experience like alone by myself. And I need to like move out before I get married and live by myself and like do everything by myself before I like settle down or anything. Why do they look like that? What do we think? The problem here is that this one has too much hair. Okay, I don't know what's going on with the chat today. Everybody is awfully silent. More autonomy and freedom if you're living independently. Well, yeah, obviously. But like, is it really like a part of growing up? Or is it just like, yeah, if you experience it, you experience it. If you don't, like, you'll still end up, well, you can't really say you'll end up the same person that you are, that because of your experience you go through, like, shapes you differently. This is really bothering me. Can you guys tell me if it's fine from the back? Good. You're gonna go abroad for college? Are you now? What grade are you in? 8th grade, right? Have you talked to your parents about it, or did you just make that decision? 9th grade. What was I thinking when I was in 9th grade? No, when I was in 9th grade, I knew that I wanted to go to the school that I'm going to now. I don't know. I've always been a person that, like, I think it's because I was lucky enough to live in a healthy household. Like, I never felt unsafe at home, or like, obviously, I went through a rough patch with my mom. I feel like everyone does, you know, where you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to move out of this house. I hate it here. But I think as I matured and me and my mom kind of like became more friends than like mom and daughter. I like really appreciate living at home. And maybe part of me is also like I don't want her to be like home alone, you know, like, and also the dogs. Like I really don't want to leave the dogs. But maybe it's also because her and I have very conflicting schedules, so it's like we're not always at home at the same time. So it feels like I have my autonomy, you know? It doesn't feel like, ugh, I'm living with mom. Like, mom is always asking me where I am and stuff like that. So it's really like case by case basis. But the part of like living by yourself in your 20s, it's like knocking in my head. It's like, let me in. Hi, Elena. Look what's back. This bad boy is back. My hands were really dry this morning. My hands get like flaky dry in the winter, or like when the weather starts to change, and this lotion is like one of the best. Your parents want you to go too? Okay, that's awesome. You know you're gonna go? Hell yeah. It's always the best feeling when you make plans for the future and you're like, I don't care what happens, I'm gonna make that happen. That's awesome. It's a really good feeling. Too much responsibility, like chores, maintaining, yeah. But like that's adulting. Vahinia, I don't know what your problem is with the mic, Miss Girl. My dog's having a nightmare. Look. Oh, you can't see, but her eyes are like... Oh, you can. Evie. Evie, good morning. I can't not wake them up when I know they're having a nightmare. Sometimes Millie starts crying. And I wake her up. I'm like, hi, Millie, I'm here. Do you think you'd ever work when you get married? Yes, for sure. For sure. Just because, I don't know, I feel like I always need to be working towards something. Like I'm a big overachiever. And like I just always feel like I need to do more. What's the breed? I don't know. We got her from a rescue place. She's like half Chihuahua, half something else, but we don't know what the something else is. I also have another dog. Where is she? She's over here. Oops, sorry, my room's kind of messy. Millie! And there's Evie. Yeah, I think everybody has a purpose in life. Like my mom tells me that her purpose was to be a mom, but she still works because, yeah, I think my mom would work even if she didn't have to. I'm a lot like her. She like always wants to get better at what she's doing, and like she's never like, okay, I'm doing the bare minimum and I can just like sit back and relax. She's not like that. The other dog breed is a Maltipoo, the white one. How was it that having no purpose is the purpose of life? Your views? Having no purpose is the purpose of life. How is it that having no purpose is the purpose of life? Hold on. I think the light hasn't turned on in my head yet. How is it that having no purpose is the purpose of life? I think I might need you to reword that one. No, I don't really watch him. But it's funny because I didn't know who that was until like you guys started talking about him on live. We are fundamentally free and our purpose is what we choose and create through our actions. But don't you think that your purpose is like something that you're born to do? Isn't that like the definition of purpose? Like you create it, or like I think it's already like there, but through your actions you make it more like concrete, you know? Maybe that's why some people are like working jobs, or like some people have a lot of money and they still feel like they're not happy or fulfilled with life. It's because they're not doing the thing that they were born to do. I think my purpose in life is to help people. And I don't know how. And there's so many ways to help people. And I think that's why I'm like, I feel pulled in so many different directions in my life. Because there's like so many ways to help people. And I I don't know, part of me feels like this is me helping people right now. You know? Like, or like getting you to think about stuff that you wouldn't think about. Like to me, that's helping you. Good morning, Ghost World. I feel like we live the way life is and we find it in our way. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to look at it. But isn't the beauty of it that we'll never know? Like there's no I feel like your definition is your definition, and like that's the right way to think about it. It's because, or maybe not. Wait. How's the weather? The weather is okay. I think it's gonna be sunny today, so that's always nice. Good morning, Big J. Always great to wake to you. Thank you. Always great to wake up and think. Wait. We live the way life is and we find it. But what is life? What do you mean the way life is? Life never is. You know? Life, like, would life be the same if you woke up today and you decided to be a shitty person? Would it be the same as if you woke up and you were like, I'm actually going to be a great person today? That wouldn't be the same life. That would be your life, but not the same one. I think I ate. Did I eat? I either ate or I said a bunch of words with no meaning. Assalamu alaikum. Hi, Milia. It's so hot here. I feel like my skin's gonna come off. Where? Have you received life-changing help from someone? Me? My family, my mom, my dad. Sometimes maybe like I did get life-changing help and I don't know it yet. I don't know that it's gonna change my life yet. I don't know. What I do know is that there's always a reason for something, even if you don't know it, even if it seems like the smallest thing ever, there's always a reason. That's why it's really important for me to always act the best way I can act, and like to always have a clear conscience, is because you never know how shit is gonna like turn around. Yes, you ate. Thank you, Vahini. You're always reassuring me. Hi, Ashti. Where are you from? Lebanon. Would you be a president? Sarcastic answer, yes. Real answer, I feel like nowadays, I hate to say it, but the value of a president, or like maybe the president of the United States, has like, it's just not the same. It's not the same. Like, I'm speaking from a very neutral perspective right now. I don't care about like the president, but I don't know, just like the way you're acting, like Like, come on. Did you guys see the thing? Okay, no, we're not gonna get really into politics, but like, no, I wouldn't become president because, you know, I feel like in these really big roles, especially like government roles, you really have to be a psychopath. Like, you really do. And that's like part of succeeding because you have to be like actually insane. My belief system on God, I'm Catholic. Um, yeah. It's definitely too much pressure, but with too much pressure comes too much reward. So it's like if you choose to do something in life that doesn't have any pressure and doesn't have any responsibilities, you can't expect a lot of reward. So it's like, how much are you willing to sacrifice? How much are you willing to like put in? Yeah. Everyone will be looking up to you. No, that's not true. I think a lot of people don't look up to the president. Um, are those your pants that look like brain? How much are you willing to sacrifice and for what? Are you asking me? I don't know. I don't know. And I think when I will know, I don't know, part of me is like, one day I'll wake up and I'll know. Another part of me is like, no, you don't just wake up and you know, you have to try, experience, figure it out. Okay, Vahini. I also will end the live here. I gotta go to school in like 20 minutes, so. Thank you for joining today. It was kind of a weird vibe, not gonna lie. But good conversation. Good conversation. Always intriguing. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. We'll see. Thank you, Vish.